Oh yes, it's that Friday feeling once again. That whole week has spun round as slow as anything. But today has landed. Yes, the Friday feeling is here. Here for you. Now, today's video, what's it all about? Well, if you like watching paint dry, this is the video for you. Yes, today's video is all about moulding. Yes, and specifically the hook hunter moulding. Yes, this is something that absolutely scares the life out of me, because it means I've got to cut something out to make it look like what it's meant to do, or meant to be. Yeah, this has been scaring me for a while. Yeah, scary stuff. Yes, it's scary stuff for me. Why, I don't know. It's just that I've been coming back to the hawker hunter and seeing all these plastic, and it is rather scary. Why? Because it's me. I've got a couple of things here so you can see on the overhead cam. I did start rubbing it down. So basically what I did, I didn't do it on camera, is you have a bit of sandpaper and then I keep rubbing it until it's come to the lip, and then it kind of like pulls off, and then this sits round. Let's go to this one actually, rather than the overhead cam. That kind of sits on there like so. It does stick to the balsa, so it doesn't really need the lip. It does say in the manual to keep the lip and then to sand it down afterwards, but I don't know. I think this is okay this way, because I can still put a bit of plastic filler in there, rub it down, because it still has got a bit of a lip, but not a big lip. So that's fine. You've got here this little lip here that's nicely sort of zoomed in, and on here you have got this little plastic lip here. So that's okay, I reckon. So that's the bottom here is the cutout. Yes, I have to cut out this, which is also good fun. So it looks like that I could actually sand this down, because underneath here, this is the thing, that it's got like a little tab here. So if you look at the way the back's going, it's following that. That line's correct. But then I've got a tab on this, and also this needs to stop there, I think. So that's that. And then you've got the little gap is that. Keep with me. Then we look at this section here. Now this section is quite, it's quite self-explanatory. You've got the little indents there, and it goes along. Little indent goes along. And then you've got this kind of like extra indent, which is these. So that goes along, and the little end. So this looks like I can do a cut. If I tried to sandpaper that, I'll probably be here too long. Right, so what's the worst can happen? That I break it and I go home and cry. So where are we? We're on the other cam. Here we go. So let's go zoom out a bit, I think, because you're a bit close. Here we go. Right. So if I won't press it too hard, I'm going to score it. I'm just going to score. Silence while he scores. He shoots, he scores. Now, okay, that's. I think the worst thing is it's because it's white, so you can't really see. Oh, there you go. If I score it that way, I've got like a shadow. Can you see that? Yeah, let's bring it over. There you go. So that shadow gives me it. Oh, see, he's going over there. It gives me an edge. I mean, the worst thing as well is that my eyesight is terrible. I know I'm making more excuses, but it's, yeah. I mean, I suppose I could have gone a bit more on the edge. I don't know. Let's just go with the flow, shall we? Scary Larry. I reckon we're golden. Don't get too excited about that, Chris. Just peel that off. Oh, there you go then. He says. I mean, okay, we've got to do a bit of sanding. So let's bring out our Mr. Lefty. There, you can see, and I think this. Oh, hello. This somehow sits in there. Let's get the paperwork. It's going to white out and everything now. Let's put that over there so I don't hurt myself. It just says it goes in there. It doesn't say anything, does it? But I'm presuming it sits in there like so. Okay, yes, we have cut some stuff. Yes, I've still got to, you know, fine it down and bits and pieces. But I want to get the structure built around the edges first before I start, you know. There's the back, you see, I've actually cut that. And it did come out nice, actually. I scored it with the blade. And then once it was scored, I was able to tear, and it kind of almost like tore in on itself. So, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm liking that. I did sand down these edges just a little bit to make sure that these fitted correctly. It's just which way we're going. Somewhere we're going like that. So we go. So they fit in there. Even though one of the that fits, but this back here doesn't. So I'm not too sure about what's all, but it all seems to sort of line up. It's different when it says on there. So, but that's okay. We're going to try out Fix and Flex. Clear, tough, resilient gap-filling adhesive. Bonds from plastic and metal, produces flexible bonds in other ways that other glues cannot do. Fix and Flex. Let's get me blaster. Yes, my rocket from Dulux. Dulux, yes, Dulux Materials. Rocket blaster that enables me to cure the glue quickly. I just want to see if I can get that edge, which is there. Oh, just a tad, and then all I do is spray that. Give it a second, probably around about now, but we'll give it a bit more. Anyway, there you go, and let go, and that is super glued, and it's also a bit wet. That's good. So I'm happy with that edge, he says. Now this should be going inside, and it's not. Now that's super glued right to that corner. But as you can, maybe it does stick out a bit. No, because if you look at the picture here, wow, this video is going to go on forever. Look at that picture there. It's actually that curves inside, and even though that's right back, that's not inside. Because if I glue that front there, that's coming across. So I'm going to have to take that off quickly. Yes, I've lost my marbles. I dropped them around here somewhere. I don't know where they are. But anyway, yes, here we go. So as you know, we use the Fix and Flex. Fix and Flex, to be honest, is more like silicone sealant. Over the pond, I'm not sure if you call it silicone sealant, but it's that rubbery texture. I don't know if I can see it here. It's probably zoom in there. It's kind of, yeah, you can just about see it maybe. Dries with that silicone sealant thing. I just taped it. Obviously you can just see there you go, that's what it's going to look like ish. So when the vent air and everything else. Now I've been looking at this now, there's other bits and pieces to this that I need to do. I did the cone, as you saw I was doing the cone, and here's a picture. Yes, the cone went wrong. Basically when I moulded it round, it didn't fit perfectly, don't know why, so I had to slice it, move it over, slice a bit more so it come round and nice and straight. And yeah, we filled it, but it's not as bad as everyone thinks it's going to look, because obviously everyone's seen the boat that looked like a chocolate cake. But yeah, so that is sanding down nice and smooth, and we'll go on to that. That is the front, obviously, that fixes up to the rest of it. The skeleton of the fuselage is now ready to have this installed, because you need to put all the pipe work in before you can put the installation. So I'm going to fit this inside. I'm not going to do it today. I mean, I did do the plastics during the week, here, there, everywhere, because obviously it's just time consuming. Do I like still doing it? Am I still scared of it? Yes. Nothing really matched what it said on the tin, on the plans. It didn't go how it should have been doing. I think, you know, once you become a seasoned builder, you'll realise these things and realise how things go. So, you know, you might be lucky and get a moulding that is great. Or more like me, it's just like, okay, we're going to try and make that fit. Because everything just looks different. Different thicknesses, everything else. So, what I have to do now, if I can get this right way, is that, no, it's the other way. There we go. So this kind of fits in. No, is it this way? This way, is it? Yeah, ish. Yes, about that. That kind of fits in that side. Can you see that? And that goes inside, and then you've got your hole. Oh, that looks a good shot, doesn't it? You've got your hole. Now, I'll see if this doesn't fit exactly. I have got to do stuff, as they say, and stuff is means pushing it about and God knows what else. But there you go. Once it's together, you've got that jet hole, you know. Something like that. Anyway, yes. Good screenshot there, thumbnail maybe, I don't know. Yeah, and then obviously that's got to fit in there properly, but it doesn't fit properly, and I need to, possibly the way I'm going to do it is, if you can look on here, it's kind of like the tongue, if you can see that, kind of fits together, kind of seals together. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make them fit in each half, so they're fitting properly, because this round edge here, curved edge, is meant to be visible, almost visible, so to help the air come in on the round. I want to show you something else as well, actually, while you're here, is that we're gonna from George from Formax, we're gonna put him on a live show because he knows tons about power stations, you know, motors and ESCs, and also about airflow, which he did tell me and I've forgotten, about the way it should go and bits and pieces. Now, this is the original one that came through it, the motor. The motor housing hasn't got a motor in it. Notice it hasn't got this round lip. Now, this round lip here, this curved lip, helps the air. That will give you double output of thrust just by that. Now, trouble is, now we're going, and I know we're going out of mouldings, but I've been scarred enough for that. I'll get back to that. Now, this fits in here like so-ish. Like so, can you see that? Yep, there you go, that fit. Trouble is, the new type, see that? It won't because of the lip. So now I've got to cut into this to hide the lip. Now my main concern is that now you're not going to get this clean lip going in, because it's going to have, this bit's going to be in between the wood. Lots to think about. Yes, the Hawker Hunter. But as for the moulding, yes, kind of sucks. As for the rolling, now I've got some bits and pieces here. Hang on. Yes, as I said, I've got a piece of doculum. Now it's the piece that you put your documents in between, like your A4 paper. Put it through a machine and it makes it waterproof, basically. So you can get different thicknesses. This is quite a thick, and basically I'm using this for the tube, for the tunnel. There you go. So I'll get the right size for that, and then this will sit in like so, basically, and keeping it straight. I'm not going to, now a lot of people don't do this, and I only found today that the size of this hole, the X-Air, Export, I don't know, the way the thrust goes, if that's not the right size, and as I say, George from Formax told me this today, I didn't know, if this is jetting and it's going, wow, look at the thrust, and this is too small, it holds here and you get nothing. Now the other thing, I know I'm veering off. Well, I'm not, because the mouldings, you know, it does say, you know, I've got to cut out. There is a piece of paper here somewhere, he says, which I'm not doing today. There's a piece of paper here. You can't see. Can you see that? Probably white it out a bit. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. You can see that out, and then it tells you to use this to cut out the circle. So I'll put the document along there. Sorry for whiting out. And draw around it and cut it, which it will be done. I suppose this is in 2 parts today. This will be part 2, and we'll get everything in. This will all be cut and done and stuck in, and everything else ready. There is no cheater holes in this in this design, and I don't know why. So I did say to George that I will send him some measurements and bits and pieces, and I'm going to be seeing him anyway next week. I'll probably take the plans and show him. It does need cheater holes, otherwise it's not going to happen. Now, unfortunately, I can't find West Wings, or I haven't really looked West Wings on videos to see if people have made cheater holes. Any information that I've seen on the site, I can't find cheater holes. And surely it's got to have a cheater hole to let more air rush in to get you off in the air. Because without it, it's not going to fly. Anyway, enough of this chit chat. So there you go. I faced my fears. The mould. Yes, I was the mouldings. Not the mould as in the mould, but mouldings. Yeah, what's up, Nick? Strange. Anyway, so I guess that brings us back to the end of the video for today. There is a part 2, but I didn't want to try and cramp everything into one video, because the video had been too long. You'd been totally bored. So you can see what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be sort of messing about with these. Getting them finalised and getting them in to the fuselage, because you need to do all this pipe. It's quite frustrating actually. You need to do all the pipe work before you put the fuselage together. But I can tell you, I've got both wings now. There's around here somewhere. They're all made and everything else. So if you've been following the build of the Hawk Hunter, you know I had some fun and games with the wings. But they're built, and as I say, this will be built as well. So I've just got to do the tray that goes in here for the battery, and they do say if you want a bigger battery you can cut this out. So there's lots of bits and pieces, and then to actually cover this, so this might be the next steps, the next video as well, hopefully, rather than showing you more tubings. But you can see how I've got to do things, and it's not quite as simple as like whack it together, stick it together and go out and fly. There's a lot to think about, but then again, that's why I like this building. You know, you can make a lot of things yourself, for yourself, as long as you follow the plans as true as possible. But then again, a lot of the plans are not true anyway. They change over time. Different people might copy them, and then it might move a few mil or a few eighths of an inch or something like that and change. Hence, the same with mouldings as well. Mouldings will change over time, and before you know it, you get a bit of a dodgy mould. But anyway, I have faced my fear of the moulding, and I've got plenty of mouldings to do. But you know, I can now face them. So either you can sand them down but be careful, or just cut them and as close as you can, and then sand them, which I find is a lot nicer, because then you can get things together in bits and pieces. But never fear if you make a mistake. Everything can be fixed. It just takes time. But yeah, it is absolutely beautiful out there today. It is high winds today for me in coming to the end of June. Can you believe it? Coming to the end of June in 2024. As you might have seen in my social media, I've just picking up another mini trainer, which is the Stick 14 from my good friend George at formax.co.uk. Check him out if you're in the UK. I think he does send stuff abroad. I don't know. You'd have to look on his website. But yeah, so I persuaded him to part with that, which is going to be basically my go-to plane to get stick time. No pun intended, but it probably was. Anyway, if you can get out and fly, and you're getting out and fly tomorrow, today, whenever you're getting out over the weekend, then get out there and have some fun. Even if it's not aircraft, you're going for something else like boats, cars, trains, planes, you name it. Anything RC is all good fun. Life is too short not to have fun. But if you do get out there, be safe, keep safe, but just pass on that passion of RC fun. Listen, thanks for popping by, and if you've watched the whole video, thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It absolutely nothing. It doesn't cost you a penny, unless you want to be a member, and it costs you a couple of bucks, and you get some cool stickers just to help my RC journey, and we'll get there. It's going to be fun times. Listen, look after yourself. Thanks for popping by. Ta-da.